Against the infinite stars, humanity's final gamble. The void between the stars was vast, silent, and cold. In this darkness, the United Coalition of Nations warship, Resolute, drifted. The last human stronghold, the Arcturus colony, hung in the balance as the Kroganthi, a brutal insectoid species, prepared for their final assault. Humanity had been decimated, their fleets shattered, but this one ship stood as the final line of defense. Captain Mira Solis stood on the bridge of the Resolute, her sharp eyes fixed on the incoming fleet. The Kroganthi had cut through every human defense like it was nothing, but here they would meet resistance. Enemy fleet approaching. 15 minutes until contact, said Lieutenant Rio Takeda, her tactical officer. The tension was palpable. Her crew, exhausted but determined, silently prepared for the battle ahead. They all knew that this fight wasn't about survival. It was about sending a message. Humanity would not go quietly. Mira's voice was steady. Helmsman, adjust course, we meet them head-on. She turned to Takeda. What's our status? Shields at 70%, weapons fully operational, but we won't last long against their main force. We'll need a miracle, Takeda said grimly. Miracles weren't something Mira believed in. She believed in cold, hard determination. And right now, that's all they had left. The Kroganthi had no respect for humans. To them, humanity was an insect to be crushed underfoot, and they had done a thorough job of it across the galaxy. Entire colonies had been wiped out, planets burned, and billions slaughtered. But if the Kroganthi thought Earth would roll over and die, they were mistaken. Incoming transmission from the Kroganthi, Takeda announced. Mira nodded. On screen. The hologram of a Kroganthi warlord flickered to life before her. The creature's exoskeleton gleamed, and its mandibles clicked in a twisted grin. Humans, it rasped, your struggle ends here. Surrender now, and I may grant you a swift death. Mira's expression didn't waver. We've heard that before, she replied coldly. And yet here we are. The warlord's eyes narrowed. You are outnumbered, outgunned. Your defiance is meaningless. Maybe, Mira said. But if you think we're going down without a fight, you don't know humans. She cut the transmission. The Kroganthi didn't understand the human spirit. Their sheer refusal to give up, no matter how hopeless things seemed. All hands, battle stations, Mira ordered. We're going in. The Resolute surged forward, its railguns spitting hypervelocity slugs toward the incoming Kroganthi ships. Plasma bolts lit up the darkness as the two forces clashed, energy beams slicing through the black void. The Resolute was dwarfed by the enemy ships, but what it lacked in size, it made up for in ferocity. For every hit they took, the crew responded with deadly precision, scoring critical strikes against the enemy's shields. Yet, for all their skill, they were hopelessly outmatched. Shields at 40%. Takeda shouted, his voice strained. We're not gonna make it, Captain. Mira's mind raced. There had to be a way to turn the tide. Something they hadn't considered. And then, the idea hit her. We're going to overload the fusion core, she said, her voice cold and calm. Takeda blinked in shock. Overload the fusion core? Captain, that will destroy the ship. It will also take out their command ship if we detonate at close range, Mira replied. We're dead either way if we don't stop them here, but if we go down, we take them with us. The crew exchanged glances, fear and determination flickering across their faces. Mira knew what she was asking of them, a suicide mission. But they had no choice. If the Kroganthi broke through here, Arcturus would fall and humanity would be finished. Takeda nodded slowly. Aye, Captain. The bridge buzzed with activity as the crew prepared for the final maneuver. Mira keyed the ship-wide comms. This is Captain Solis. We're about to do something desperate. We're overloading the fusion core to destroy the Kroganthi flagship. We won't survive, but we'll take them down with us. If anyone wants to back out, now's the time. There was silence. No one backed out. Mira's chest swelled with pride. Good. Let's show them what humans are made of. The Resolute roared as its engines flared to life, charging straight toward the massive Kroganthi command ship. Plasma bolts streaked past them, and the ship shuddered as shields buckled under the assault. But they pressed on, their course set for the heart of the enemy fleet. Fusion core at critical overload, Takeda reported. 30 seconds to detonation. Mira locked her eyes on the warlord's ship, looming larger by the second. They were going to ram it head-on, and when they did, they'd make sure the Kroganthi never forgot the price of underestimating humanity. 5 seconds, Takeda said, his voice steady despite the chaos. Mira closed her eyes, her final thought one of defiance. Humanity would survive. They would find a way. Detonation! A brilliant flash of light engulfed the Resolute as the overloaded fusion core unleashed a massive explosion. The Kroganthi command ship, caught in the blast, disintegrated in an instant. The surrounding enemy fleet was ripped apart by the shockwave, their hulking vessels reduced to floating debris. When the light faded, the battlefield was eerily silent. The Kroganthi fleet had been annihilated. The Resolute was gone, but it had taken the enemy with it. Humanity had made its final stand, and in the end, it had been enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting sci-fi tales. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and keep the human spirit alive with your support.